This is another good chart that I combined. So I took the stages of spinal degeneration that you typically see in chiropractic, and then I combined it with the grades 0 through 4. And then I included articular cartilage, softening, swelling, fragmentation, fissuring of the disc. So we just put subchondral bone sclerosis. So we just laid down the comparison there. And then I come down here and I went into what normal would be with symptoms, what would x-ray findings show, what would the effects of range of motion be, and what would the effects of activities of daily living with all three ranges of motion, active, passive, and joint motion. Then I came down and I did, okay, if it was stage 1, well, this is stage 1 right up here, stage 1, grade 1 right there, minor. So I went into some common symptoms, pain or stiffness, common x-ray findings from bone spurs, disc degeneration and joint space, abnormal static spinal curves, abnormal dynamic spinal motion. Common effects on ranges of motion. I covered all three ranges of motion, active, passive, joint motion. Common effects on activities of daily living, and I included all three ranges of motion with activities of daily living and how they would be most likely be affected with stage 1. And then we did it for every stage. So we did a direct correlation between each stage and the effects of pain, restriction, sclerosis, etc. Again, this is a standard sheet that should be in your narrative report. And remember, this is always the final major part of the narrative report is how did the MMI of altered spinal biomechanics, what's it going to lead to? Well, now we talk about where it's at in the stage of spinal degeneration, which would be this, and then you would associate your patient with whatever stage they're in, and then directly how it's going to impact all of these factors: pain, active, passive joint motion, activities of daily living, because they will be different. Each range of motion will be different to some degree, whether it's active, passive, or joint motion with activities of daily living.